Alright, good morning everybody. We are here with another super break. This one is break 393 and the super break includes a hobby case, a 2025 Elite hobby case, a 2025 Elite priority and a 2025 Elite USA case. So 3 cases all up today. We will be doing the hobby and the priority. Our team list: Broncos, John Turner; Raiders, John Turner; Bulldogs, Garth Fallon; Sharks, Daryl Barton; Dolphins, Peter Lowe; Titans, Craig Milson; Manly, Karen Adnum; Storm, Warren Stoddart; Knights, Warren Stoddart; Cowboys, John Gravagna; Eels, Daryl Barton; Panthers, Warren Stoddart; Rabbitohs, Redgee Ford; Dragons, Rod Staples; Roosters, Galen, Carlin; Warriors, Darin, McDermid; Tigers, Adam, Flint. Alright, here we are, ready to go. Lost my team list, there we are. Alright, we have our hobby case and our US priority case hiding behind it. Put that on the ground behind us. We also have, I'm not sure if you can see just down there, there's our USA case for tomorrow. Feel like it's been pretty full on this morning, but anyway, let's go. We had 3 new breaks listed as coming soon. We had the last of our coming soon breaks that was already there brought into stock. We've got 2 spots left in break 388 and another Raz, double D spot Raz listed in the Facebook group. Alright, number 33, who we got? Warren Stoddart with the Panthers today. Congratulations, mate. Dylan Edwards in milestones. Let's get these out. I just want to remind everyone of our 2400 member giveaway. You must have made a purchase, I think it's the 15th, prior to the 15th, on the 15th and prior. And we're asking for feedback about the website. I just want to let everyone know we are taking that seriously. We've gone over it multiple times and it is a constant conversation here at the moment. So please leave us the feedback, be honest, good, bad, ugly, everything except for pictures. We are aware of the picture issue. If you've noticed that it's been improving, it's coming back. You noticed they were missing, they were broken. But recently you've also noticed that they've come back in the last week or so. Please, yes, but telling us the pictures are broken, we know. They should be close, hopefully. Alright, box number 1. Sapphire Mojo to start us off. Mawaiki Fotowaika for the Titans and a number 1. There we go. First packet, first box, number 1. Isaiah Yeo, parallel for Panthers. New recruit Chad Townsend for the Roosters. In the reps, Lauren Brown. Marquee, James Tedesco for the Roosters. Jack Whiten, parallel for the Rabbitohs. We're a bit low today on the camera. Not that it really matters, but how about we lift it up a little bit. New recruit, Shabarsky for the Broncos. I've moved it up and look, I'll find that it was probably better. Anyway. Marquee, Big Papa for the Raiders. I'll try and keep an eye on it for when it updates on my screen. Leave things alone, Daryl. Dally M, Abby Church for the Eels. Oh, that's alright. Tyson Frizzell, parallel for the Knights. Golden Marquee, David Fafita for the Titans, number 7. Luke Brooks, parallel for Manly. Who's got Titans? Craig Milson. New recruit, Isaiah Papali'i for Panthers. In the Masters Series, Scott Drinkwater, parallel for the Cowboys. In the reps, Angus Crichton. Black Young Guns, Samuel Stone Street for the Sharks, 111, 111. G'day, Peter. Marky Mark for the Roosters. New recruit, Clinton Gutherson for the Dragons. Vegas, Nicholas Hines for Sharks. Bulldogs, parallel checklist. Marquee, Liam Martin for Panthers. Dally M, Zach Lomax for the Dragons. Adam Pompey, parallel for Warriors. New recruit, Ethan Sanders for the Raiders. White Young Guns, Harry Hayes for the Bulldogs. 141. It is a little bit. Got a few people watching. Adam Reynolds, parallel for the Broncos. If you're watching and don't have the chat open, Peter's feeling a bit lonely in there. Jump in and say good day. Matthew Tomoko, Vegas for the Raiders. Daniel Saifiti, parallel for the Dolphins. Galen Ponga in the reps. There we go. Ruby Mojo, Jareem Bula for the Tigers, number 44. Joe Offengowie, parallel for the Eels. In the reps, Julia Robinson for Gillaroos. Parallel, Jesse Ramian for the Sharks. New recruit, Carter Gordon for the Titans. Alright. Box number 1, done and dusted. Well, good, Nick. Always welcome. Come and say good day. I've already got a complaint. Traded Sharks. You complain now, though, Peter. We've only just started. And let's be honest, Titans are the ones on a roll at the moment. New recruit, Asaya Iongi for the Eels. New recruit, Carl Lawton for the Cowboys. Ruby Mojo, number 24. Dally Cherry Evans. Tyrone Munro, parallel for the Rabbitohs. I laugh a lot. Marquee Ruben Cotter for the Cowboys. New recruit Blaze Talagi for Panthers. Dally M. Millie Elliott for the Roosters. Tommy Dearden, parallel for the Cowboys. In the reps, Olivia Koenig. Golden Marquee, Kira Dibb for the Cowboys, number 71. Max Plath, parallel for the Dolphins. New recruit, Kuli Kefu for the Dolphins. In the Kangaroos for the Masters Series. Who are you on, Peter? Peter has Dolphins now. Eels parallel checklist. He scored Sharks in the randomizer and traded for Dolphins. Cherry Evans, a reps. White League Sensations, number 51. Jason Saab for Manly. Salami kick out, parallel for the Bulldogs. New recruit, Lewis Dodd for the Rabbitohs. Chance Nico Klokstad of Vegas for the Warriors. David Fafita, parallel for Titans. Excuse me for a second. Don't have to listen to that beep anymore. Marquee, Abby Church for the Eels. Dally M, Harry Grant for the Storm. Xavier Savage, parallel for Raiders. Vegas, Jesse Aramian for the Sharks. Parallel, Xavier Coates for Storm. In the reps, Keezy Apps. Pink Diamond, Kennedy Sherrington for the Eels, number 24. Tyrell Sloan, parallel for the Dragons. New recruit, Marcelo Montoya for the Bulldogs. White Young Guns, Blaze Talagi for Panthers, 164. Dream Buller, parallel for the Tigers. In the reps, Connor Watson. Two packets left for box number 2. Parallel, Leo Thompson for the Knights. Marquee, Stephen Crichton for the Bulldogs. Roosters, parallel checklist. And that's the end of the box. Box number 3. Emerald Mojo, Gerald Skelton for the Tigers, number 4. Stephen Crichton, parallel for the Bulldogs. In the reps, Lindsay Collins. Marquee, Nathan Cleary for Panthers. Mawaki Photo Waika, parallel for Titans. New recruit, Matt Arthur for the Knights. Marquee, David Fafita for Titans. In our patch, number 70, White for the Roosters. No, Peter, no more super breaks. I think it's probably both USA and Priority, not enough stock. And getting very low on hobby as well, to be honest. So, no more super breaks. Mitchell Barnett, parallel for the Warriors. New recruit, Lazarus for Storm. Vegas, Tiana Penatani for the Jillaroos. Jacob Little, parallel for the Dragons. New recruit, Ethan Sanders for the Raiders. In the Blues for the Masters Series, Corey Pay, parallel for the Broncos. In the Reps, Xavier Coates. Vegas, Nathan Cleary for Panthers. Parallel, Blake Brayley for the Sharks. New recruit, Shabaski for the Broncos. Knights, parallel checklist. Marquee, Samaima Torfa for the Raiders. Dalian Isaiah Yo for Panthers. Jai Gray, parallel for the Rabbitohs. New recruit Chad Townsend for the Roosters. Peter, just out of curiosity, for my own benefit, do you happen to use Apple Pay or Google Pay? I just thought of your answer, and Isaiah Iongi, White Young Guns for the Eels. Jeremy Marshall King, parallel for the Dolphins. I'm sorry, John, I can't help but laugh to that one. Daly M. Olivia Koenig for the Roosters. Joseph Tarpanay, parallel for the Raiders. In the Reps, Shanice Parker. Ruby Mojo, Jacob Little for the Dragons, number 50. Jerome Luai, parallel for the Tigers. Never heard of them, 72 just. Well, I don't have them. I was hoping that, yeah. I'm looking at other options, and unfortunately there isn't a lot out there, to be honest. Millie Elliott in the reps. Do you have an Apple or a Android phone? Pink Diamond, Ali Briganshaw for the Broncos, number 39. Dylan Brown, parallel for the Eels. New recruit Clinton Gutherson for the Dragons. I'm a Android fan through and through, Peter, so don't worry about that. Google Pay will be out of those two. If you did want to look into it, Google Pay would be you. And I don't use it, so I can't see anything about it, unfortunately. I love technology, and but unfortunately, with things like the website, the more and more we do, I just don't trust it. In saying that, the rest of my life, other than that, is in Google. New recruit Adam Fanua Blake for the Sharks. Spencer Lenu, parallel for the Roosters. New recruit Daniel Saifiti for the Dolphins. Vegas Wade Egan for the Warriors. Jermaine Hopgood, parallel for the Eels. Isaiah Yeo in the reps. Marquee Clinton Gutherson for the Dragons. Jacob Preston, parallel for the Bulldogs. Marquee Bradman Best for the Knights. Black League Sensations, number 45, starting the rainbow, Jason Saab for Manly. We've got the white and the black. Will we find a team in amongst the three cases? Will Warbrick, parallel for Storm. New recruit Stefano for the Storm. In the Blues for the Masters Series. Lachlan Elias, parallel for Dragons. In the reps, Jesse Arthurs. Vegas, Julia Robinson for the Gillaroos. Big Tino, parallel for Titans. Ruby Mojo, Bulldogs checklist, number 44. Ben Hunt, parallel for the Broncos. Jerome Luai, new recruit for the Tigers. Sapphire Mojo, number 15. Joe Offengowie for the Eels. Ronaldo Mulatalo, parallel for the Sharks. Marquee Delhi Cherry Evans for Manly. Delhi M. Jack Bostock for Dolphins. Nathan Cleary, parallel for Panthers. New recruit James Fisher-Harris for the Warriors. New recruit for Manly. Dally M. Isabel Kelly for the Roosters. Parallel Chance Nico Klokstad for the Warriors. In the reps, Payne Haas. 3 packets left for box number 4. White Young Guns, Oren Keeley for the Dolphins, 1-1-1. All the ones. Tommy Turbo, parallel for Manly. Kira Dib in the reps. Pink Diamond, Quincy Dodd for the Sharks, number 43. And Cowboys parallel checklist to finish off the box. Marquee, Dylan Watine Zalesniak for the Warriors. Dally Am, Angus Crichton for the Roosters. Sam McIntyre, parallel for the Cowboys. Vegas, Isabel Kelly for the Gillaroos. Roger Tuivasa Sheck, parallel for Warriors. Quincy Dodd in the reps. New recruit, Hohepa for the Sharks. White Young Guns, Joe Chan for the Storm, number 116. Sandon Smith, parallel for the Roosters. Chillaroos, Ali Briganshaw in the reps. New recruit, Jazz Tavega for Manly. Emerald Mojo, number 8, Jesse Aramian for the Sharks. Storm parallel checklist. New recruit Lazarus for Storm. Pink Diamond, Rakea Horn for the Tigers, number 31. Jaden Sewer, parallel for the Dragons. Marquee, Herbie Farmworth in the Dolphins. Vegas, Paul Alamotti for Panthers. Keanu Kinney, parallel for Titans. New recruit, Matt Arthur for the Knights. Blues Masters Series. Ethan Strange, parallel for the Raiders. In the reps, Harry Grant. Sanua Taruva, parallel for the Tigers. Daly M. Tiana Penatani for the Sharks. Braden Trindle, parallel for the Sharks. Jamie Chapman in the reps. Let's go. 5 packets left for box number 5. And we have a Knights. Knights number 97. Good morning, Alex. So, does that mean we are on our way to hitting all 3? Well, let me tell you, I hope so. That's a tick off my box. Paul Alamotti, parallel for Panthers. I thought if it's going to happen, the super break's only best chance, and this is the last super break, so that's a good start. Aaron Clark, new recruit for the Warriors. Ruby Mojo, Jesse Arthurs for the Broncos, number 21. Daly Cherry Evans, parallel for Manly. Marquee Jamie Chapman for the Titans. Selwyn Cobbo, parallel for Broncos. New recruits, Sanua Taruva for the Tigers. We've hit Saab, Black Sig, and 2 Emeralds. Other than that, nothing major. I think we've hit 2 White Sigs, 1 being a Jason Saab. Can't remember who the other one was. New recruit, Lewis Dodd for the Rabbitohs. New recruit, Matty Nicholson for the Raiders. Vegas, Dylan Edwards for Panthers. Payne Haas, parallel for Broncos. Dylan Edwards in the reps. Marquee Kira Dibb for the Cowboys. Sharks parallel checklist. Alak Young Guns, Fletcher Sharp for the Knights, number 21. Alexander Brimson, parallel for Titans. Marquee Ryan Pappenhausen for Storm. Vegas Corey Horsburgh for the Raiders. Sebastian Chris, parallel for the Raiders. New recruit, Marcelo Montoya for the Bulldogs. In the night for the Masters Series. Tigers parallel checklist. In the reps, Jessica Surgis. Parallel, Galen Ponga for the Knights. A Ruby Mojo, Matthew Tomoko for the Raiders, number 16. Ruben Garrick, parallel for Manly. New recruit, Blaze Talagi for Panthers. Pink Diamond, Sheridan Gallagher for the Knights, number 63. Jackson Purdue, parallel for the Cowboys. Marquee, Jerome Lowe for Tigers. Dally M, Eliza Katoa for Storm. James Tedesco, parallel for the Roosters. New recruit, Isaiah Iongi for the Eels. New recruit, Regan Campbell-Gillard for the Titans. Dally M, Samaima Torfa for the Raiders. Dylan Edwards, parallel for Panthers. In the reps, Keely Joseph. White Young Guns, Sione Finau for the Dragons, number 115. Harry Grant, parallel for Storm. In the reps, James Fisher-Harris. Golden Marquee, Hammer for the Dolphins, number 49. And King Gutho for the Dragons, parallel to finish off box number 6. New recruit, Stefano for Storm. White Young Guns, Lehe Hopewate for Manly, number 181. Bradman Best, parallel for Knights. In the reps, Reece Walsh. Parallel, Campbell Graham for the Rabbitohs. Dally M, Julia Robinson, and Sheridan Gallagher. That'll get randomised between those two teams. If we're lucky enough to hit another one, then we'll give one each to the teams. Victor Radley, parallel for the Roosters. We hit 3 in one of the breaks, so I gave one each and randomised the third to make it even, because I never updated that card in the break rules. In the reps, Tommy Turbo. New recruits, Marky Mark for the Roosters. Sapphire Mojo, number 13. Ryan Pappenhausen for Storm. The Hammer, parallel for Dolphins. Marquee, Galen Ponga for the Knights. New recruit, Adnum Blake for the Sharks. Golden Marquee, Mitchell Moses for the Eels, number 93 of 93. Jack Williams, parallel for the Eels. And Vegas, Jessica Surgis for the Gillaroos. James Fisher-Harris, parallel for the Warriors. New recruit, Valentine Holmes for the Dragons. In the Blues for the Masters Series, Bronson Sherry, parallel for the Bulldogs. In the reps, Tamika Upton for the Gillaroos. White League sensations. You wouldn't do much good with grading this signature. It's off the card, literally. Number 58. Jerome Lowe for the Tigers. The loop goes off the card. And then you've got all this room on this end. Well, I'm not looking at that. Couldn't even start in the right spot. Jaden Campbell, parallel for the Titans. Yes, well, it would have been about that time. New recruit, James Schiller for the Knights. Ruby Mojo, Ali for the Warriors. Number 32. Bring back Ferguson, and his signature's putting in little hidden gems in some of them. Where's all that? Yeah, perhaps. But that's a few years. Raiders parallel checklist. I don't know, things like that, and perhaps he had 4 point at that point. I don't think that's running anymore, but yeah, he had 4 point and he was riding the card, so he fully understood what it meant. And yeah, Jackson Ford, Vegas for the Warriors. Christian parallel for the Dragons. In the reps, Lily and White. Marquee, Tegan Berry for the Dragons. Daly M. Herbie Farmworth for the Dolphins. Lachlan Galvin, parallel for the Tigers. 2 packets left for box number 7. New recruit Ben Hunt for the Broncos. Marquee, Nico Hines for the Sharks. Jack Howarth, parallel for the Storm. Box number 7 done and dusted. Let's go. Box number 8. Third last box in our hobby case. And now we're chasing a double black diamond in the USA case as well. Now that we're aware of it, I want to hit one of them. Dally M. Stephen Crichton for the Bulldogs. Zach Lomax, parallel for the Eels. In the reps, Samima Torfa for the Jillaroos. Marquee, Apasai Coruscant for the Tigers. Adam Dewey, parallel for the Tigers. He just sews the sleeve. Fair enough. New recruit Val Holmes for Dragons. White Young Guns, a Fletcher Sharp for the Knights. 138. Reed Marnie, parallel for the Bulldogs. Dally M. Kimberly Hunt for the Dragons. Matthew Tomoko, parallel for the Raiders. In the reps, Cameron Murray. Sapphire Mojo, Corey Horsburgh, number 9 for the Raiders. We've got John Turner with the Raiders. There we go. Not much going on up this end of the trade, John. Not enough complaining, mate. What's going on? Ali, parallel for the Warriors. New recruit, Matty Nicholson for the Raiders. New recruit, James Schiller for the Knights. Reece Walsh, parallel for the Broncos, not the BD. Marquee, Diana Penatani for the Sharks. Vegas, Ethan Strange for the Raiders. Kale Iro, parallel for the Sharks. New recruit, Regan Campbell-Gillard for the Titans. In the Masters Series for the Knights. Not that I can remember, Alex. Isaac Tago, parallel for Panthers. Dane Gagai in the reps. Hamoli Olika R2, parallel for Manly. Well, there is only 6. Reps, Shannon Amato. Ruby Mojo. Campbell Graham for the Rabbitohs. Number 17. Jamie Humphries, parallel for the Rabbitohs. Oh, get open. You recruit Marky Mark for the Roosters. Whoa. You got the 1-of-1s and the golden tickets. Golden Age, number 36 for the Rabbitohs. Dolphins parallel checklist. 3 packets left. Box number 8. New recruit Ben Hunt for the Broncos. Vegas Liam Martin for Panthers. Jacob Saifiti parallel for Knights. Marquee Cameron Munster for Storm. And that's box 8 done and dusted. Second last box from our case, box number 9. I shouldn't say from our case, it's from the hobby case, because we have our priority up next. Kennedy Sherrington in the reps. And our BD for today. Well, once again for this case, I should say. Not Reece Welsh yet. Number 6 of 6. Matt Burton for the Bulldogs. Mr. Garth Fallon. Corey Horsburgh, parallel for the Raiders. And not Marky Mark either, Alex. New recruit, Saitili Tupanua for the Bulldogs. Dally M. Stacey Awaka for the Broncos. Liam Martin, parallel for Panthers. Gold Marquee, Galen Ponga for the Knights, number 57. Gerald Skelton, parallel for Tigers. Marquee, Angus Crichton for the Roosters. Vegas, Blake Brayley for the Sharks. James Schiller, parallel for the Knights. New recruit, John Bateman for the Cowboys. New recruit, Carter Gordon for the Titans. In the Masters Series for the Knights, Rabbitohs parallel checklist. Ben Hunt in the reps. Parallel, Isaiah Katoa for Dolphins. Ruby Mojo, number 46. Sam McIntyre for the Cowboys. Parallel, Dominic Young for the Roosters. New recruit, Zach Lomax for the Eels. Black Young Guns, Jackson Purdue for the Cowboys, number 30. Ryan Pappenhausen, parallel for Storm. Vegas, Hudson Young for the Raiders. Murray Talagi, parallel for Cowboys. JC in the reps. Marquee, Latrell Mitchell for the Rabbitohs. Marquee, Ali Brigginshaw for the Broncos. Manly, parallel checklist. New recruit, Isaiah Papali'i for Panthers. Jerome Hughes, Dalian for Storm, Val Holmes, parallel for the Dragons. 3 packets left for box number 9. New recruit, Jamie Humphreys for the Rabbitohs. In the reps, Yasmin Clydesdale. White Young Guns, Atane for the Warriors, number 103. Regan Campbell Gillard, parallel for the Titans. And that's another box down. Alright, box number 10. Last box for the hobby case. In the reps for Gillaroos, Taran Aiken. Excuse me, Marquee Roger Tuivasa Sheck. Tom Gilbert, parallel for the Dolphins. New recruit Aaron Clark for the Warriors. Vegas Roger Tuivasa Sheck for Warriors. Jake Trbojevic, parallel for Manly. Dally M, Shannon Mato for Titans. Jai Arrow, parallel for the Rabbitohs. Marquee Mitchell Moses for the Eels. Golden Age, number 94 for the Broncos. Ruben Cotter, parallel for the Cowboys. New recruit, Hohepa for the Sharks. Kangaroos in the Masters Series. Angus Crichton, parallel for the Roosters. New recruit, Carl Lawton for the Cowboys. Zach Lomax in the reps. Parallel, Eliza Katoa for Storm. And we have a booklet. Number 45, Jack Bostock. And that's a signature booklet. Luke Metcalf, parallel for the Warriors. Marquee, the hammer for Dolphins. Dally M, Stephen Crichton for the Bulldogs. Jesse Arthur's parallel for the Broncos. New recruit, Sanua Taruva for Tigers. In the reps, hammer. Ruby Mojo, Ryan Pappenhausen for Storm, number 47. Marcelo Montoya, parallel for the Bulldogs. New recruit, Jazz Tavega for Manly. White Young Guns, Liam Eason for the Sharks, number 105. Karen McInnes, parallel for the Sharks. New recruit, Cooley Kefu for the Dolphins. 3 packets left for the case. Vegas, Braden Trindle for the Sharks. And Ryan Madison, parallel for the Eels. Bree Chester in the reps. And last packet for the box and the hobby case, Sapphire Mojo. Number 20, Ruby Checklist. Sapphire Rabbitohs checklist, not Ruby, sorry. Panthers parallel checklist. I'm going to step away for 2 seconds while I grab a quick drink, a can of Coke. Alright, I am back. As I said, it was only a quick one. Let's get straight into this USA. Priority, sorry, get it right. It is what it's supposed to be. We're always doing priority. Alright. Here we go. Second case card, number 33, Cameron Munster for the Storm. Check that one over there with that one. Priority. Here we go. Box number 1 in our priority. And to start us off, first packet, number 27, Ben Hunt for the Broncos in the Black League Sensations. See, that's a pretty centered signature. Not all of them are that bad. Warriors parallel checklist. To be honest, that one's actually pretty dead center. If you look at the space either side. Dad just piped up and said Ben has signed a few cards over the years, inferring that his should be perfect. Number 15, Ali Brigginshaw in the marquee. There's Cam. Yeah. I like Jared Crow because looks like a cat. Dally M, Isabel Kelly for the Roosters. Patrick Carrigan, a parallel for the Broncos. New recruit Ethan Sanders for the Raiders. White Young Guns. Number 6 in the priority, Max Plath for Dolphins. Nico Hines, parallel for the Sharks. Brig Chester in the reps. And a BD with the Black League sensation. How about that one? Number 3 for the Tigers, Adam Dewey. Lindsay Smith, parallel for the Panthers. New recruit Carter Gordon for the Titans. The Golden Marquee, DCE for Manly, number 77. Leho Hopawate, parallel for Manly. Priority marquee, Jack Whiten for the Rabbitohs, number 8. Vegas, Wade Egan for the Warriors. Reese Robson, parallel for the Cowboys. New recruit, Asaya Papalihi for the Panthers. In the Knights for the Masters Series, Connor Watson, parallel for the Roosters. Zach Lomax in the reps. Parallel Cam Munster for Storm. New recruit Shabaski for the Broncos. Dally M. Jack Bostock for Dolphins. Keon Kolomatangi, parallel for the Rabbitohs. In the reps for Jillaroos, Taron Aiken. Priority marquee, Bradman Best for the Knights, number 1. Jermaine Isako, parallel for Dolphins. New recruit, Chad Townsend for the Roosters. Unfortunately, one of those banged up corners, but Julia Robinson in the Gillaroos for Vegas. Junior Paulo, parallel for the Eels. In the reps for the Hammer. Two packets left for our first box in the priority case. Ruby Mojo. Jack Whiten for the Rabbitohs, number 30. Connor Tracy, parallel for the Bulldogs. New recruit, Clinton Gufferson for the Dragons. It's our first priority box down. Straight into the second. Golden Age, number 28 for the Tigers. Ethan Strange, parallel for the Raiders. Marquee, Ryan Pappenhausen for Storm, number 40 in the priority. Dally M. Millie Elliott for the Roosters. Sanua Taruva, parallel for the Tigers. New recruit, Marcelo Montoya for the Bulldogs. Priority Young Guns, Sione Finau for the Dragons, number 13. Tyson Frizzell, parallel for the Knights. Quite a few sirens in the background. In the reps, Reece Walsh. My first thoughts always go to, I hope everyone's okay. Sapphire Mojo, Dylan Brown for the Eels, number 19. Jack Whiten, parallel for the Rabbitohs. New recruit Carl Lawton for the Cowboys. Ethan Strange, Vegas for the Raiders. Daniel Saifiti, parallel for Dolphins. Priority marquee, the hammer. Number 40 for the Dolphins. And patch is number 78, Dylan Edwards for the Panthers. Joe Offengowie, parallel for the Eels. New recruit, Kuli Kefu for the Dolphins. In the Kangaroos for the Masters Series, Bulldogs parallel checklist. In the reps, Tamika Upton for the Gillaroos. Why have I done that? Accidentally. Adam Pompey, parallel for the Warriors. New recruits, Blaze Talagi for Panthers. Dally M, Harry Grant for Storm. Sandon Smith, parallel for Roosters. Tommy Turbo in the reps. Priority marquee, Mitchell Moses for the Eels, number 20. Storm parallel checklist. New recruit, Asaya Yongi for the Eels. Vegas, Isabel Kelly for the Gillaroos. Jaden Sewer, parallel for the Dragons. In the reps, Lily Ann White. Ruby Mojo, Scott Drinkwater for the Cowboys, number 17. Keanu Kinney, parallel for Titans. New recruit, Lewis Dodd for the Rabbitohs. White League sensations, Jamal Fogarty for the Raiders. That's right. That's what I'm hoping. Kale Iro, parallel for the Sharks. But I want to hit different ones as well. I don't want the same. I don't want to hit doubles. If we do it, I want to do it in style. New recruit for Manly. Ruby Mojo, Xavier Coates for Storm, number 21. Isaac Tago, parallel for Panthers. Priority marquee, Kira Bibb for the Cowboys, number 38. Dally M, Abby Church for the Eels. Hamoli Olaka R2, parallel for Manly. New recruit Jerome Lowe for the Tigers. Priority Young Guns, number 16, Tony Francis for the Titans. Tommy Dearden, parallel for Cowboys. In the reps, Jack Whiten. Roosters parallel checklist. New recruit Adam Fanua Blake for the Sharks. Sapphire Mojo Jai Arrow for the Rabbitohs, number 14. Xavier Coates, parallel for the Storm. Priority marquee, Happy for the Tigers, number 35. Sorry. Golden marquee, Adam Fanua Blake for the Sharks, number 15. Tyrell Sloan, parallel for the Dragons. New recruit Stefano Utikamanu for the Storm. Blues in the Masters series. David Fafita, parallel for Titans. In the reps, Zali Faye. Paul Alamotti, Vegas for Panthers. Xavier Savage, parallel for Raiders. New recruit, James Fisher-Harris for the Warriors. Dally M, Zach Lomax for the Dragons. Reed Marnie, parallel for the Bulldogs. Patrick Carrigan in the reps. Priority marquee, David Fafita for the Titans, number 39. Ali, parallel for the Warriors. New recruit, Daniel Saifiti for the Dolphins. Vegas, Nico Hines for the Sharks. Reece Walsh, parallel for the Broncos. In the reps, Ivania Elite. And that's box number 3 out of the priority. New recruit, Aaron Clark for the Warriors. And number 2, Julia Robinson and Sheridan Gallagher Valley M. Ruben Cotter, parallel for the Cowboys. Olivia Koenig in the reps. Payne Haas, marquee priority, number 3. Angus Crichton, parallel for the Roosters. New recruit, Hohepa for the Sharks. Jackson Ford, Vegas for the Warriors. Eliza Katoa, parallel for Storm. In the reps, Keezy Apps for Gillaroos. Black Young Guns, Marky Mark for the Roosters. Stephen Crichton, parallel for the Bulldogs. Look, there we are talking about signatures and marking marks comes up. A Ruby Emojo, Renato Mulatalo for the Sharks, number 6. Parallel, Jacob Little for the Dragons. Open a new packet of sleeves before we keep going. Alright. You recruit Lazarus for Storm. Vegas, Dylan Edwards for Panthers. Parallel, Mawaki Fodawaka for the Titans. Daly Cherry Evans in the reps. Priority Marquee, Big Papa for the Raiders, number 3. Daly M. Shannon Mato for the Titans. Joseph Atapane, parallel for the Raiders. You recruit Matt Arthur for the Knights. Priority a young gun, Robert Toya for the Roosters, number 9. Jerome Lowe, parallel for Tigers. In the reps, Connor Watson. Excuse me. New recruit, Chad Townsend for the Roosters. In the Kangaroos for the Masters Series, Dylan Brown, parallel for the Eels. 5th last packet for our 4th priority box. Knights parallel checklist. New recruit, Shabaski for the Broncos. Sapphire Mojo, Gerald Skelton for the Tigers, number 17. Jai Gray, parallel for the Rabbitohs. Priority Marquee, Liam Martin for Panthers, number 18. Last packet for the box. Golden Marquee, Jack Whiten for the Rabbitohs, number 60. Parallel, Jeremy Marshall King for the Dolphins. In the reps, Shannon Mato. Black Young Guns, number 20. And a lot better than the white, Jerome Lowe. Did I say Black Young Guns or Black League Sensation? Anyway, yeah, I thought I did. Dry Arrow, parallel for the Rabbitohs. New recruit Carl Lawton for the Cowboys. Ruby Mojo, James Schiller for the Knights, number 29. Tom Gilbert, parallel for the Dolphins. Priority marquee, Abby Church for the Eels, number 14. Daly M. Samima Torfa for the Raiders. Ryan Madison, parallel for the Eels. New recruit, Kuli Kefu for the Dolphins. Priority Young Guns, Harry Hayes for the Bulldogs, number 18 of 18. Marcelo Montoya, parallel for the Bulldogs. Cameron Murray in the reps. In the Emerald, number 6, Jai Arrow for the Rabbitohs. Luke Metcalf, parallel for the Warriors. New recruit, Jazz Tavega for Manly. Pink Diamond, Mackenzie Wheel for Cowboys, number 56. Jesse Arthur's parallel for the Broncos. Priority marquee, Cameron Munster for Storm, number 27. Vegas, Jessica Surgis for the Jillaroos. Cameron McInnes, parallel for the Sharks. New recruit, Sanua Taruva for Tigers. Blues in the Masters Series. Panthers parallel checklist. Dane Gagai in the reps. Jake Trbojevic parallel for Manly. New recruit, Lewis Dodd for the Rabbitohs. Vegas, Corey Horsburgh for the Raiders. Sebastian Chris parallel for the Raiders. Samaima Torfa in the reps for Jillaroos. 3 packets left for box number 5. Priority Marquee Teddy for the Roosters, number 18. Tigers parallel checklist. New recruit Marcelo Montoya for the Bulldogs. And Dally M, Herbie Farmworth for the Dolphins, and Galen Ponga parallel for the Knights to finish off the box. Let's go box number 6 in the priority. Our 16th box in this break. Sounds like a lot when you say it like that. We're only 2 hours in. A Ruby Mojo, a Reese Walsh for the Broncos, number 49. Not quite the BD, John. Victor Radley, parallel for the Roosters. New recruit, Adam Fanua Blake for the Sharks. Golden Age for the Bulldogs, number 54. Jack Howarth, parallel for Storm. Priority Marquee, Jerome Luai for the Tigers, number 5. Dally M, Olivia Koenig for the Roosters. Christian parallel for the Dragons. New recruit Stefano for the Storm. Priority Young Guns for the Panthers. Blaze Talagi, number 3. Jaden Campbell, parallel for the Titans. Kennedy Sharrington in the reps. Sapphire Mojo, Big Tino for the Titans, number 1. Ooh. Number 1 Sapphire corner damage.
Gotta be kidding me.
No. Raiders parallel checklist. Who's got Titans? Craig Milson. New recruit James Schiller for the Knights. With it being that same damage, same corner, it has to be machine. At first I thought they dropped the pile onto its corner. That's what I just said that. Yeah, that's right. That's yeah. Lachlan Galvin parallel for the Tigers. And it's not in the packets because it's one card in the middle of the packet with identical damage to the other cards. So, yes. Priority marquee Adalent Watine Zalesniak for the Warriors. Number 19. Tiana Penatani in the Gillaroos from Vegas. Bradman Best parallel for the Knights. New recruit Ben Hunt for the Broncos. In the Blues for the Masters Series, Campbell Graham parallel for the Rabbitohs. In the reps, Ben Hunt. Hammer parallel for the Dolphins. New recruit Jerome Lowe for the Tigers. Daliam Isaiah Yo for Panthers. Parallel Brian To'o for Panthers. Panthers. In the reps, Yasmin Clydesdale. 4 packets left for our 6th priority box. Priority marquee, Tommy Dearden for the Cowboys, number 37. Jason Saab, parallel for Manly. New recruit, James Fisher-Harris for the Warriors. Vegas, Nathan Cleary for the Panthers. Parallel, Thomas Duffy for the Cowboys. In the reps, Jaden Campbell. And that's the end of another box. So much damage in this, always not the whole pack. The only ones that we've had whole pack damage on was ones that when we received the shipment had looked like it had forklift go through the case and the box. But literally it was only 2 packets out of the whole case that was damaged in that respect. And all the other damage has been just like one-off corners. Seen some frayed edges that looked like the cutting blade wasn't sharp enough, but yeah, that's, I don't know, I haven't seen as much of that in the recent stuff we've opened. It seems to, yeah, I don't know. New recruit for the Knights. I can't say it's in batches because all our stuff's just mixed. So yeah, I don't know. Vegas, Matthew Tomoko for the Raiders. Dream Buller, parallel for the Tigers. In the reps, Mitchell Moses. Priority marquee, Roger Tuivasa-Sheck for the Warriors. Number 30. Leo Thompson, parallel for the Knights. New recruit, Ben Hunt for the Broncos. Dally M. Angus Crichton for the Roosters. Tyrone Munro, parallel for the Rabbitohs. In the reps, Josh Kerr. A Ruby Mojo, Clinton Gutherson for the Dragons. Number 13. Max Plath, parallel for the Dolphins. New recruit, Marky Mark for the Roosters. Oh, good open. Here we go. Pink Diamond, Madison Bartlett for the Raiders. Number 14. Eels parallel checklist. Marquee, Adnum Blake for the Sharks, number 28. Parallel, Sam McIntyre for the Cowboys. Zali M. Tiana Penatani for the Sharks. Palami Kickow, parallel for the Bulldogs. New recruit Val Holmes for the Dragons. Priority Young Guns, number 15, Samuel Stonestreet for the Sharks. Roger Tuivasa Sheck, parallel for the Warriors. New recruit Regan Campbell Gillard for the Titans. In the Masters Series for the Knights, Dally Cherry Evans, parallel for Manly. Romy Atitzel in the reps. In the reps, Isabel Kelly. Golden Marquee, Isabel Kelly for the Roosters, number 33. Selwyn Cobbo, parallel for the Broncos. New recruit Matty Nicholson for the Raiders. Black Young Guns, Chevy Stewart for the Raiders, number 156. Braden Trindle, parallel for the Sharks. Priority Marquee, Tegan Berry for the Dragons, number 40. Last packet for box number 7. Vegas, Chance Nicole Klokstad for the Warriors. Paul Alamotti, parallel for Panthers. Alright, 3 boxes to go for today. Remembering our third case will be tomorrow morning. So I think we're going to start the day on the beach tomorrow morning, depending on what the weather's like. I'll take the kids down there and join the group fitness thing. My 8-year-old especially, she loves it. New recruit Jazz Tavega for Manly. And then we'll come here, depending on what the day's like, and they might have their swimmers on and go in the pool. They'll be happy. Vegas, Jesse Ramian for the Sharks. Adam Reynolds, parallel for the Broncos. The little one's going to be upset with Nanny because they had swim school this week and she told them that they would get free time. Dylan Edwards for the Chillum. For the Vegas. It's not your fault, but you said. Priority marquee, Joseph Tarpanay for the Raiders. Number 1. Let's see, she's already getting defensive. She's ready for it. Jesse Ramian, parallel for the Sharks. New recruit, Sanua Taruva for Tigers. Dally M, Stephen Crichton for the Bulldogs. Isaiah Yo, parallel for Panthers. In the reps, Keely Joseph. Arubi Mojo, a Valami kickout for the Bulldogs. Number 1. Ooh, another number 1. There we go. Luke Brooks, parallel for Manly. New recruit, Aaron Clark for the Warriors. Scott Drinkwater, parallel for the Cowboys. Priority marquee, Nathan Cleary for Panthers, number 9. Dally M, Kimberly Hunt for the Dragons. Marky Mark, parallel for the Roosters. Vegas, Liam Martin for Panthers. Fletcher Sharp, parallel for the Knights. Black Young Guns, Lachlan Galvin for the Tigers, number 107. Jamal Fogarty, parallel for the Raiders. New recruit, Matt Arthur for the Knights. In the Blues for the Masters Series. Happy Appy, parallel for Tigers. Thanks, Peter. In the reps, Jessica Surgis. New recruit, Hohepa for the Sharks. Priority Young Guns, Benjamin Takura for the Broncos. Number 4. Jerome Hughes, parallel for the Storm. In the reps, James Fisher-Harris. 4 packets left for box number 8 in the priority case. Pink Diamond, Racing McGregor for the Dragons. Number 4. Dragons parallel checklist. New recruit Lazarus for Storm. Emerald Mojo. Number 1. Tommy Dearden for the Cowboys. Another number 1 on fire. Bo Fermor, parallel for Titans. Priority marquee, Isabel Kelly for the Roosters, number 15. Alright, second last box for today. New recruit, Marky Mark for the Roosters. Dally M, Stephen Crichton for the Bulldogs. Jack Williams, parallel for the Eels. In the reps, Isaiah Yeo. Priority marquee, Herbie Farnworth for the Dolphins, number 5. Bronson Sherry, parallel for the Bulldogs. New recruit, Valentine Holmes for the Dragons. G'day. Vegas, Braden Trindle for the Sharks. James Fisher-Harris, parallel for the Warriors. Payne Haas in the reps. Pink Diamond, Shannon Mato for Titans, number 36. Payne Haas, parallel for the Broncos. Plenty of SIGs. We're almost at the end of our second case. A couple of blacks. We've got Lowe, Hunt blacks, bunch of whites. Herbie Farnworth, Jerome Blue Eye. We got the Knights in the Masters series so far, and the way it's looking, good chance there'll be another Masters series SIG in one of these two boxes. Roger Tuivasa Sheck, Vegas for the Warriors. Sharks parallel checklist. A lot of our hits have been very similar in the two cases today. I'm not sure if we've had any matching mojos though, or signatures. Marquee, Daly Cherry Evans, number 25. Pretty sure all our white young guns and marquees have been identical. But you do have the priority version of it, so not quite. Dally M, Eliza Katoa for Storm. Dylan Edwards, parallel for Panthers. Ruby Mojo, Sanua Taruva for Tigers, number 25. AJ Brimson, parallel for Titans. New recruit Regan Campbell Gillard for the Titans. Priority Young Guns, Clayton Forlalo for Manly, number 15. Ruben Garrick, parallel for Manly. In the reps, Kira Dib. Knights in the Masters series. Clinton Gutherson, parallel for the Dragons. In the reps, Jesse Arthurs. Oh, it's off the other day. What is it? 1 in 10 chance out of the case, mate. Jackson Purdue, parallel for the Cowboys. Doesn't say that. New recruit Blaze Talagi for Panthers. White League Sensations, number 4. Zach Lomax for the Eels. James Tedesco, parallel for the Roosters. Priority marquee, Jamie Chapman for the Titans, number 3. Golden marquee, Joseph Atapane for the Raiders, number 30. Harry Grant, parallel for Storm. And last packet for box number 9. You recruit Asaya Ayongi for the Eels to finish off the box. Alright. Here we go, here we go. Last box for today. Box number 10 in the priority. We haven't hit a Team League Sensation or a Masters Series SIG. So I'm tipping it will be one or the other. More than likely a Masters Series. You recruit Zach Lomax for the Eels. Because I say that, not only because of the hits that we've already got, but we also haven't hit a dual sig or a ball patch, which normally, not always, normally goes with a Team League Sensation. Blake Brayley for the Sharks, Damien Cook parallel for the Dragons, and that's not TLA's ratios, that's my observations. So if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Lindsay Collins in the reps. Tiana Penatani in the priority marquee. Number 13. Titans parallel checklist. New recruit Jamie Humphries for the Rabbitohs. Dally M, Jerome Hughes for Storm. Big Papa parallel for the Raiders. In the reps, Shanice Parker. Ruby Mojo, Manly checklist, number 37. Terrell May, parallel for the Tigers. New recruit Saitili Tupanua for the Bulldogs. Sapphire Mojo Raiders checklist, number 22. Jack Cogger, parallel for the Knights. Priority marquee, Clinton Gufferson for the Dragons. That is a Munster on the case card. That was in the priority case, as well as Dylan Edwards from the hobby. Xavier Coates in the reps. Vegas, Hudson Young for the Raiders. Aden Fanua Blake parallel for the Sharks. Daly M, Stacey Awaka for the Broncos. Cody Walker parallel for Rabbitohs. New recruit John Bateman for the Cowboys. Priority Young Guns, Jackson Purdue for the Cowboys. Number 4. Herbie Farmworth, parallel for the Dolphins. New recruit for Manly, in the Kangaroos for the Masters Series. Broncos parallel checklist. In the Reps, Millie Elliott for the Jillaroos. We've got 5th last packet. Pink Diamond, Olivia Koenig for the Roosters. Number 14. I don't know, I haven't put my tips in yet, Alex. Adokar, parallel for the Eels. New recruit Daniel Saifiti for the Dolphins. 3 packets left. Matt Burton, parallel for the Bulldogs. Raiders for a bounce back this week. Priority marquee, Stephen Crichton for the Bulldogs. Number 32. And lucky last. If you've been watching and following, this should be lucky last. No. Well, number 75 in the Golden Age for Storm. Now, pretty sure it was Tigers black in this case. I need to go and check that wasn't a team. Yes, okay, that's where I went wrong. Here I am waiting for another Masters Series. And Tigers, Adam Flint is actually a team league sensation. So there we go. No Masters Series SIG in that case. Wade Egan, parallel for the Warriors. I was sitting there panicking, but I knew in my head where I went wrong. It's all right. All right, guys. Nothing's missing. I thought I was missing a Masters Series SIG because we hadn't hit a team league sensation, which is unusual. I think that might be the first team league sensation that I've hit without hitting a ball patch or a dual SIG, to be honest. Alright guys, but that's it. That's all for this one. I'll see you all again in the morning with the USA case.